Hello and welcome to the channel. So today we have a Game Boy Advance. It's looking pretty worse for the wear, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to first going to see if it's working. I know it turns on, but I don't know if the other buttons, if these buttons work or anything like that, or if it plays games. So first we'll have to check that out and fix anything that's wrong with it, and then once that's done, I've got this IPS screen from Funny Playing. It's a IPS V2 screen, and I've had this for a really long time, like probably over a year. I put a couple other ones into some other Game Boys and sold them on eBay, but this one I never got to. So yeah, we'll be installing this screen, and then once that screen is connected, I'm going to reshell it into this. And this is just a case from AliExpress. So should look pretty good. I mean, it's got Mario on there. Mario and Luigi. So yeah, let's get started. So I've already got batteries in here, and I know that they're good, and it turns on, and we've got picture. Let me zoom in here a little bit. And yeah, you can see right there, it looks okay. Let's get a game. How about this Japanese game that I have no idea what it is, but it probably works. So put it in there, and turns on, and nothing at all. Huh. So it's working, right? Yeah. Well, maybe the game is dirty. All right. Well, let's get a different game. All right. We got Pokemon Yellow, also Japanese. But this one I'd be really surprised if it doesn't work. And there we go. Looks like it starts up. Man, it's been a minute since I've played these. I can't play the Japanese version, of course, because I don't speak Japanese, you know. But yeah, so A works, B works. L and R appear to work too. So I think this Game Boy is in good shape. Of course the screen is all messed up, but it doesn't matter. We're replacing that anyway. Great. Okay. So let's start taking this thing apart. So, first the batteries. And it looks like we're going to need a tri-wing screw. Looks like we've got one right here. And I'm just going to start taking these out. So this is the first video of my new channel. I hope you enjoy it. I've been doing these kinds of repairs and mods and kind of things like that for a couple of years now. Went through a whole selling on eBay phase. Did a lot of Game Boys and got into PS4s and PS5s, so should have a little bit of all of that on this channel. And well, let's take these out. This one is kind of stuck in there. Okay, and we need one more, which I think is a Phillips. So let's grab one of those. Yep, there we go. And the back is off. Take all these screws and put them up here. Good. And now we've got the Game Boy. I can take these out. And let's get this motherboard out all the way. And I think these are more, yep, Phillips head screws. Looks like these are, yeah, these are a different length than the outside screws. Is it just the two holding it in? Yep. Looks like it's just the two. Okay. And now the ribbon cable. Let's zoom in here a little bit more. Now let's get the ribbon cable out. There we go. And install the speaker. Okay. And I think for now we should be done with that case. So, looks good. Speaker's a little dirty, but that's not really a problem. But overall, board looks pretty good. Now, let's see what we need to do here. Let's first attach the new screen to the Game Boy. So, There's the screen. I guess the first thing we should do is test to see if this thing works right. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I think one end of this is going to need to plug into here. Like so. Like that. Let's clamp these down. And the other end is going to need to plug into here. And where is that plug? It's going to be this, right? Yeah. And I think it plugs like this. Let's see if I can line it up properly. I think that was it. All right, that felt good. So let's plug in the batteries, I guess. All right, here we go. So this needs to go in here, right? Like this. That is a tight fit. That's right. Okay, so we're gonna need to tape that up that way, right there. Let's put in some batteries. And get our known working copy of Pokemon. And we'll see what happens. Hey, looks like we're in business. That on-off switch was a little finicky though. But yeah, let's see how this thing looks. Oh, that's pretty good. I can feel the vibrations coming off the speaker. That's cool. Okay, so, well, we don't have buttons, but let's put some buttons and see how this thing looks. Probably gonna need up, down, left, right too. Sure. Wow, you know, this thing looks pretty damn good, honestly. So, let's see. This is kind of hard to line up to get it to work. So, let's just suffice to say, that looks pretty good. I am yeah, this on-off switch is kind of finicky. We're gonna have to look at that afterwards, but maybe not once the actual button's on there. But yeah, that looks really good. Let's get some color in there. Yeah, cool. Okay, so let's get to work installing this thing. So let's disconnect it here. Yeah, right here. really sticky, but just a tight connector. There we go. Okay. All right, I got a little bit of this red wire. It's a little bit on the thick side, and it's stranded wire, which I don't usually like, but yeah, it should do fine, and it will match the color of the case, kind of. So let's do it. All right. So I'm going to tin all 4 of these pads. Sorry for the reflection. All right, so we've got all 4 of these pads nicely tinned now. I think I'll zoom in just a little bit more so you can see better. All right, got all 4 of these pads nicely tinned. So what we need to do is we need to connect SEL. Oh, look at that, they gave wires. Huh, there were wires included in the kit. So, yeah, and they're thinner and easier to work with, it looks like, than those wires. But that's okay, we have heavier duty wires. So, there's that. Let's, okay, so the next step is to modify this. Let me actually wipe this isopropyl alcohol up a little bit. Let's take a look at this thing. All right. Got the front cover. Looks like here we've got buttons, things for the sides, more buttons, more buttons. Okay, let's keep these separate. I think we've got everything here. Looks like we got new screws, and here's the case. So we're gonna have to modify this case a little bit. We'll need to take out a couple of things. So here on this case, as you can see, we've got this right here. This little ridge needs to go. I don't know if you can see. It's actually pretty thin, but this ridge needs to go, and this one needs to go also. And in addition, we need to cut down, cut out right here, I believe, in order for the cable, the ribbon cable, for the screen to fit. So I think this is gonna be like this, like that. No, it's gonna be like that. Is that right? This will be here. Yeah, this will be in here. And this will go in here. So I see. This screen needs to go like this. And this will be like this. This will go in here. And will be attached here. Yeah, it's gonna be like this. Right here. So this thing, see this thing right here? This sticks out a little bit. Like that, and it needs to be able to close. So we need to take out that piece right there. So I'm going to take some pliers and do that. The nice thing about these pretty cheap, you know, like AliExpress type cases is that the plastic is super malleable. So you really don't have to try too hard to modify it. As you can see, these little flush cutters are getting through it fine. And you know, these are not like high quality flush cutters either. Alright, that feels pretty smooth. Clear out this one right here. Make sure not to do damage to anything that's visible from the outside. Back here it doesn't really matter, but if you get sloppy with this, you can do some damage that potentially would be seen from here. But it looks like we're good. So that also feels pretty good. And let's now take out this piece right here. I'm going to keep digging this out a little bit. you don't want to mess up, you know, the like structure for this button, but you do want to take out as much of this as possible. I think that's going to be okay, actually. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. So there it is. I mean, it's, let me take it a little bit more. It's kind of hard to get in there. Alright, I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Okay. So, I think we're going to be okay here. Oh, there's one more piece, this tiny little piece right here that we need to take out. So that's an easy one. Alright, we should be good there. So now, let's fit our screen into here. Clean up some of this junk. Screen should fit right there, and there's extra room, as you can see. So included with the kit are these two pieces right here. All right, so one piece goes in the bottom here, like that right there. And the other piece goes on the side. Now, in my experience, these never fit right. The ones on the bottom are fine, but these ones on the side, I mean, the point is to make them really tight. So, as you can see, there's just barely not enough clearance there. I mean, it's almost, but it's tight, you know, but it's close. So what I want to do, all right, I guess there's two steps here. So first, I want to get this fitting, which means that I'm going to grab a little sandpaper and sand down this piece of plastic here. And then the second step after that, we'll take this clear film off and put this on here, and then put the screen cover on. So to be continued.